Once you've gone 5 times in both directions, we're going to inhale to lift one arm up. Exhale, reach over to the other side. Inhale back to center, switching over the arms. Exhale to reach over to the opposite side. And again, just 5 rotations in each direction, just moving with your own body, your own breath. Got one more each side. And then just come to center, take the arms out wide, and we're going to twist and wrap the arms around the body. Let them fall wherever as you look behind, and then twist back around the other way. So again, 5 to 6 rotations in both directions. One more each side. And then inhale as you come all the way up, reaching up tall, extended Tadasana. Exhale as you hinge at the hips and come into your Uttanasana forward fold ragdoll variation. So bend at the knees, draw the chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, and just hold opposite elbow to opposite hand. And you can swing from side to side, back and forth, whatever you need to do. Just get into that lower back, those hamstrings, those glutes and hips. And then just take the hands all the way to the floor and step the feet back into your down facing dog. From here, think about setting yourself up, gripping the mat through your fingertips, pressing through the hands, crown of the head towards the floor, tailbone towards the ceiling, and then just slowly extend the legs, pedaling from side to side, opening up those calves, those hips, those hamstrings. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to take a step around, taking your right foot outside of your right hand. We're going to come into lizard lunge, dropping the back knee to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist with the right hand up towards the ceiling. And then exhale as you try and reach the elbow to the floor. Don't worry if you can't get there. We're just going to do 5 of these on each side. Just opening up the chest and the hip at the same time. Last one. And then step back to down facing dog as you exhale. Inhale as you step your left hand outside of left foot outside of left hand. Inhale to lift and twist, reaching up high, and then exhale as you bring that elbow to the floor or toward the floor, however far you can get. Again, don't worry if you can't get there. It will come in time. And again, 5 each side. So one more on this side. Step back to down facing dog. Pedal out the feet once more and we'll take a vinyasa. So inhale, roll forwards, high plank. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. And then exhale as you tuck the toes and come back to down facing dog. We're going to walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat, finding our Uttanasana forward fold. Heel toe our feet out to the edges of the mat, find your squat stance. And then inhale as you come all the way up, extended Tadasana, palms together at the top. Exhale, come down into your Uttanasana, your garland pose, not Uttanasana. Take a nice deep breath in, bounce in the bottom if you want to pulse it slightly. And then we're just going to take the left hand to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist with the right up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release, and then switch sides. Inhaling to lift and twist to the left. Exhaling, release. Heel toe the feet back under the hips. Walk the hands all the way back to the front of the mat and we'll take one final vinyasa. So exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press all the way up to cobra. And then exhale as you tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. From here, just walk the feet all the way in towards the hands. Come into your Uttanasana forward fold at the front of the mat. And then we're going to inhale to come all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, release. And you should be feeling a little bit more warm and mobile. So we're going to begin with the mobility section of the class. You've got 3 sections again. For those of you who haven't done this before, this is the 4th out of 6. So this is going to be slightly harder, or quite a bit harder than the first one, for example. So have a look back. If you haven't done this before and you're watching a recording, have a look back and see if you want to start with an easier one, or give this one a go. See how you get along. I'll give variations and options along the way. So there's 3 rounds, 5 movements in each round, a minute rest between each, and you're working for 45 seconds for each movement, and then resting for 25 seconds in between each. So I'm going to start the timer once I've taught you the first movement. So you're going to grab a hold of your strap for this one. Don't worry if you haven't got a strap. You can do this without, just mimic the movement just without the strap. So coming to the front of your mat, you're just going to take the strap nice and tight above the front of your, above the top of your head with a nice wide grip. And you're just simply going to take the strap all the way over. Try and tap the hip or the side of your leg with one arm, and then bring it all the way back up, and then take it over the other way. Try and keep the body nice and upright. Feel that stretch in the side body. So this is the first movement. We're in the mobilization round. So these are going to be more stretchy than worky, but you guys will definitely not miss out on building a sweat. So don't worry if you think this is too easy to start. So grabbing a hold of that strap, we've got 10 seconds to start. I'll do the first few reps with you. Take it nice and wide if you want to. And you're just taking that strap over your head and then going from side to side, stretching out the side body, finding that bend. If you want to, you can really stretch all the way over and see if you can reach all the way down to your knee. Just try and keep that body nice and vertical. So if you want to challenge your mobility, see if you can slide that hand further down your leg. If you just want to get mobile and loose, and you're feeling quite tight, just go from side to side. You are halfway there already. I'll let this volume up a little bit.
10 seconds.
And in 10 seconds, you can have a 25-second rest. If you can hear any whimpering in the background, that's my dog, I'm sorry. It's a puppy. So the next one is a low lunge to pyramid. So you're going to set yourself up in low lunge. You're simply going to roll those shoulders back and forth, back and down, chest comes through the arms. And as you exhale, you're going to pull back into pyramid pose, folding the body, straightening the leg, and folding the body over the straight leg. Inhale to lunge, exhale to pyramid, and at halfway, we'll step back and switch over. So set yourself up in low lunge. Roll those shoulders, really find that stretch. Exhale to pull back. And no need to rush this. You're going to get much more if you just transition slowly between the two and really focus on finding a good result in each of those end positions. You're coming up to halfway, so see if you can do one more rep of each. And then when you're ready, step over. So the other foot comes forward, so you're setting yourself up in that low lunge. And then exhaling to pull back to pyramid. Inhaling, exhaling.
10 seconds.
So just a few more reps left, and then you're going to stay in your down facing dog position, but just come to kneeling.
Rest.
So from down facing dog, we've been doing a few of these progressions. We're going to go into wild thing. So you're going to take one leg up high to the sky, bend at the knee, come all the way over and extend into wild thing, and then come all the way back to down facing dog. And then switch over the other side. If this is too much for you, you can always come into down facing dog, stick with a hip twist, or do the hip tap variation. So just move from side to side, finding that nice down facing dog position, finding that stretch in the hip flexor as you go over in whichever variation, and then reaching back into that wild thing pose. So the bottom leg, the grounded leg in wild thing, straightens as you roll over. Remember, you can always come all the way down, drop the hips first, tap the floor with your bum, and then shoot up into wild thing as well, if that's easier. Maybe one more rep left. And then we are coming into a seated position.
Rest.
So coming into a seated position, take the legs out wide, and we're simply going to reach from one foot and then sweep over to the other and then sweep back. So try and keep your sit bones connected to the floor. Try and keep reaching as far forwards as you can. So you come from one side and then to the other. Find that length, really reach forwards with the chest and the stomach. You should feel a nice stretch in your back. So set yourself up. Pull those toes back towards you to increase the flex or the stretch in the back of the legs. And just take your time moving from side to side. Really good.
Halfway there.
So don't worry if you can't touch your toes. Just go as far as limitations allow you. Don't make it painful for yourself. Just go to the point of discomfort and then work with that. You've got 4 seconds left.
Rest.
So for the next movement, we are coming onto our stomachs, taking our legs out wide, taking our arms out wide, palms facing down, glue the shoulders to the floor, and then you're just taking one foot over to the opposite hand, coming back to center, and then taking the other foot over to the opposite hand, coming back to center. So if you need to lift the other shoulder off the floor, you can set yourself up. I'll do it this way so you can see as well. You can take the other hand underneath the shoulder as you reach over for that foot to increase the stretch if you find it quite uncomfortable on the chest. So go to wherever you need to go. You're just coming up to halfway in the next few seconds. We have one movement left, and then you've got a minute worth of rest. So this is the mobilization round. It should be making you feel kind of a bit more looser in the joints, working on that movement range, and working on your flexibility as well. So 10 seconds left. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The next one we're going to do is in garland pose. So you're coming down into that squat, and we're simply tapping one knee to the floor and then the other knee to the floor. The most important thing here is to keep your chest nice and upright. So if your squat's here and your heels are lifted, I'd much rather that than being down here and hunched over as you do this. So nice upright torso, knees to floor. And whenever you're ready, go. And in 3, 2, 1, rest. So you've got a minute's worth of rest coming up. So we'll just chill out. The first movement I can show you, so we're into the strength round. So if you want to grab some water, feel free. We're into the strength round now. So this is kind of working on strengthening movements. The next round after that will be your cardio round. So you'll be getting a good sweat on. So for this one, take it slow and steady. And the next one, you can go hammer and tongs, all guns blazing. So the first one is an alternating firefly movement. So you're going to come up into your down-facing dog position. And then from here, we're going to take one leg up and bring the knee to the outside of the elbow and step back. So you're inhaling to lift the leg, exhaling to tap and then step back. So it's just alternating from side to side. You have 10 seconds to go before the round begins. And I lied, I think there's 6 rounds, isn't there? 6 movements rather than 5, sorry guys. So set yourself up in down facing dog. And we're coming into that alternating firefly. So with this one, really think about planching forwards over the hands and lifting the body away from the floor to create that space to get the elbow higher, the knee higher above the elbow if you can. So if you find this is too much, you can just take it back to standard mountain climbers, stepping the knee through. But if you can, see if you can really reach that knee up really high and tap your bicep rather than the elbow. Could be the challenge today for you if you're wanting. And just take a moment to pause in each point of the movement. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. The next one is half bow, alternating. So we're going to take one arm out long, so same arm, same leg, goes out long. Other hand reaches back to the same foot. And you're going to inhale to lift and kick, exhale to lower, switch sides, inhale to lift and kick, exhale to lower. When you lift, see if you can hold for a count of 3, and then lower and switch over. So set yourself up in that prone position, taking one arm and leg out long, the other arm reaches back for the foot. Inhale to lift and kick, hold for 3, 2, 1, exhale, release, and switch sides. Inhale to lift and kick. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, and switch sides. You're coming up to halfway. See if you can do another 2 or 1 on each side. And then we are on to the next movement.
10 seconds.
And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The next movement is a simple plank hold. So option to do this in normal, kneeling if you want to, or if you're really brave, see if you can hold in a low plank in chaturanga for the whole 45 seconds. You're more than welcome to take a midway break, relax, shake it off, and then go back up. So see which variation works for you, and set yourself up and go. So stepping back into that plank position, shoulders above the wrists. You can shoot it forwards into a high plank, planching if you want to, sucking your hips up high and your navel in towards your spine, finding that nice strong planche position. Or if you're brave, see if you can come down into that low hovered plank position and see if you can hold there. Whichever variation works for you, go with it. It's your workout, remember. So don't feel like you have to do the impossible. You've just got 10 seconds coming up. So 10 seconds left. See if you can hold it all the way to the end. And then you've got a 25-second break before the next movement.
Rest.
So the next movement is a pistol progression. Option to just place the toe on the floor behind, and we're just simply coming down very slowly into a single leg squat and then pressing back up. So count for 3, all the way down, and then press back up. If this is too easy, see if you can come all the way down and tap the knee and then press up, or even do a full pistol squat all the way down. Woo! And I can't do it today, I've got no balance. And then come back up. So wherever you need to be, at halfway we'll switch sides. So just sending that leg back, tapping the knee to the floor and coming up. If you're doing the full pistol squat, see if you can hold that leg and extend it as you go down. Catching the bottom without falling over like me today. And then shoot yourself all the way back up. You have 5 seconds to go.
Rest.
So the next one is a side plank with a knee tap. So option to stack yourself in a traditional side plank. Place the knee on the floor wherever you need to be, and you're simply tapping your knee to elbow. So at halfway, we will switch sides, and you'll do the same thing on the other side. So if you need to place that knee on the floor, you can set yourself up and see how many reps you can do to start. So really press those hips away, keep nice and strong in that side body underneath as you do this. And then when I count you over, we'll switch over. So you're coming up to halfway in 3, 2, 1. Switch sides.
Halfway there.
Set yourself up again. Find your steady balance. And then that knee to elbow on the other side.
10 seconds.
So it's helping improve your strength as well, but also your stability and balance as well. So last one of this round while you're resting is dolphin press. So you're coming up into dolphin pose. You're clasping your hands together, thumbs on top, tuck the toes, walk yourself in, find your dolphin position, head through the arms. You're then going to take nose to thumbs and come back, or nose to ground and come back. Whatever is good for you, pick the variation that works for you. If just holding that pose is enough for you today, just hold the pose, it's absolutely fine. Sending that head all the way back through the arms each time. Finding that nice dolphin position, not letting the head touch the floor either. So engage through the lats to keep the body lifted away from the ground. If you want to alternate between nose to thumbs and nose to ground, you can. You're coming up to halfway.
Halfway there.
You've got 20 seconds left on the clock, and then you've got a whole minute's worth of rest before we go into the cardio round.
10
Doing
seconds.
really well.
Rest.
And rest. So the next round is the burn round or the cardio blast. So enjoy this rest, grab some water if you want to, and I'll demonstrate the next movement. So the first movement is just a simple single leg squat. So you're going to come to your Tadasana position, lift one toe up, and then you're just going to squat up and down as many times as you can. So just see how many reps you can get in before you get halfway, and then switch sides when it says halfway and try and match the exact same reps. Or alternatively, you can do 5 pulses all the way down and then switch sides when you've done 5 on the other side. So that might be a good way of managing it. You have just 15 seconds to go, so set yourself up in that first movement. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So setting yourself up, see if you can come to below parallel, so come to that full squat range in that single leg squat, using that toe to balance you as you go down. So think about sending the weight back in your heels, nose above toes or over toes as you send it back. You're coming up to halfway, so if you've just done one leg, switch over and see if you can match the number of reps on the other leg. So you should be feeling this burning quite a lot. The next movement is quite a fun one.
10
so
seconds.
10 seconds to go, and then get ready for my demonstration.
Rest.
So the next movement we're going to do is down facing dog shakiti hops. So you're coming from this down facing dog position, and then you're simply bunny hopping back and forth, trying to find your float each time. You've got 5 seconds to go, so set yourself up in that down facing dog position.
Let's go.
Pounce. So set yourself up like a loaded spring, that's it. And see if you can shoot your body weight forward. So finding that planche to lift the body over the arms and find a moment of floating time. So think about landing softly from side to side.
Halfway
You're
there.
over halfway now. And then we've got 4 more movements to go. So you're nearly there, you're on the home straight.
10 seconds.
Really good.
Rest.
So the next one is a side V up. So you're coming onto your side and you're literally taking the body weight up and over across laterally and then over to the other side. We'll switch it halfway and then come up that way. If this is too much, you can come into a crouch position and just do crisscrossed
Let's go.
elbows to knees. So see what you can do. The V-ups are quite hard. It's quite a balancing one. That's really good. They're so you're kind of rolling a little bit into, oh, I can't even do it myself today. My movements are terrible. So you're coming into that side position
Halfway there.
and then reaching up. That's it. Well done, Anna. You're doing so well. 10 seconds to
10
go.
seconds. Rest.
The next movement we've got is down facing dog to fallen triangle. So I'll offer another option for this if you guys struggle with it. So from down facing dog, you're tucking that knee up and scooting it out to the side, trying to keep that leg lifted. If keeping it lifted is too much, take the foot to the floor, or you can just do crunches from side to side. So you're taking one leg under, curling it up nice and high, scooting it out to the side, coming into your your triangle pose, your fallen triangle, pressing the ground away. You should feel this in your core. It's a compression zone movement as well. So I'll just demonstrate that fallen triangle in case anyone's watching and is stuck. You're twisting onto the knife edge of your inside foot and then keeping that leg lifted as it comes through and under you. So you've just got 15 seconds left of work to do. And then we've got 2 movements left.
Rest.
Nice. So the next one is a side kick to scorpion. So we're going to come through into this down facing dog. You're going to kick out to the side, press back, and then come up into scorpion. Sorry, you're keeping your hands on the floor. So you're kicking through into the side and then coming into a scorpion, switching back to down facing dog, kicking through, and then scorpion. So you're kind of sending the hips further back than you were with wild thing. So really press back into that side kick. Really good. So finding that down facing dog, kicking through, coming back up, keeping that leg lifted, and then stepping back and alternating. You're nearly there. Just 15 seconds left. So keep going. There's a lot of twisting and turning in this one today.
10 seconds.
And we've just got one last movement left.
Rest.
So again, staying in this down facing dog position, but this time we're going to take it to pounce. So you're going to sit back, eyes are forwards throughout this whole movement. You're going to take one foot forwards and lift, and then step back, and then the other foot forwards and lift and step back. So you're going to do this quite fast. You don't have to lift that alternating hand, but if you can, as the foot comes through, it's really good. You're going to get more of a workout. So as the foot comes through, lift the hand and replace where the hand was with the foot. So keep going, you're coming up to halfway.
Halfway there.
You're doing really well. And then we've got a very quick cool down to finish. Really good.
10 seconds.
You should be getting on quite a sweat now. And in 3, 2, 1, just sit back and relax in child's pose for me. Take a couple of deep breaths there. Well done, guys. You have reached the end of this fitness session. So just take a few deep breaths in extended child's pose. And then slowly inhale as you come up onto your hands and knees, drop the hips to the floor and just take a moment there in your cobra or sphinx position. Just rock the hips from side to side, back and forth. Open up the front body, stretch off the abs. Take a few deep breaths again. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to come and sit back onto our bums. Taking our legs out straight in front of us, flexing the toes back towards us. Inhale as we lift and lengthen. Exhale as you fold forwards over those legs, bringing your nose towards your toes. Just take 3 deep breaths. Exhale. And then inhale as you come all the way up. Slide your bum down towards your heels, come onto your back. Take your arms out wide, take your toes to the floor, keep your heels lifted, and then just drop your knees from side to side for a few window wipers to finish. We'll go for one more each side. And then slowly bring your knees in towards your chest. Hug them with both arms. Rock from side to side. Massage that lower back. And then whenever you're ready, roll over onto the right side of your body and slowly come to seated. We'll take one final deep inhale as we lift the hands up above the head, palms together. As we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.